Team of Fluent Artists, we are live. Type your name and where you're from in the chat. Hold on, it's going a little too fast. All right, hold on. We got a new setup today. Trying to make sure the speed is good for y'all. All right, type your name, where you from. What's up, Camelot Clark with the bullseye, my man? What's happening, brother? All right, just make sure y'all can hear me all right. Give me 1 second. To make sure the speed is good. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen. It's almost showtime. All right, so I know why you're here, man. You want to sell some art on track 10 or more new collectors every month without relying on galleries, algorithms, or posting 24/7. All right, so if you want to sell art like Tierra for 2K or more, type yes in the chat. Jasmine said the prints that keep on giving. We also gonna share Jasmine's story about how she was able to sell over $15,000 in just 20 days. Type yes in the chat if you like to accomplish that. If you like to start selling over 15K or more in under a month, all right? We got more sales right here from Jasmine. Tierra, man, she taught her kids how to use this process. Her sons were 2, 5, and 7 years old when they got started. And so if they can do it, I absolutely know that you can. All right. Jonte with a 2K piece. My man Joe Woods with another $2,000 piece. My man said he great, he can't complain. That's a blessing, brother. All right, let's get into it. All right. So listen, man, we created a system that we call the automated collector system. And every day I'm blown away by the results that artists are getting. So Miss Anitra, we just went live with her system and she got 37 new collector leads in under 72 hours. All right. Type yes in the chat if you'd like to have over 37 new collectors come to your business in 72 hours. All right. And that was the first 3 days. I talked to her recently. She had over 108 new collectors in the first 9 days. All right. Type yes in the chat if you'd like to have over 100 collectors come to you asking you about buying your art in a little over a week. All right. Type yes in the chat. This is what's possible when you take action and learn what we're going to show you today. Okay. And so here's a fluent artist, Jasmine. Man, I'm so impressed with her. Just like many artists when they get started, she was giving her art away for free, but then she became an affluent artist and she started using our system. And so let me read a little bit of her testimony. She said, let me put this in perspective for you guys. For years, I gave away my art for free. I joined Affluent Artists January last year. 1 year ago, I was still selling most of my original art for $200. And my biggest sale this time last year was $500 to a hospital. This month, if I make no more money for the next 10 days, I will have total to make $15,800. I am floored. I never thought this was possible for me. All right. She said, thank you, Sherez, for giving us the tools to make this passion into a business and for investing your time into my life. All right. So type yes in the chat wherever you are in your journey, that if you like to have this type of transformation in a year's time, just type yes in the chat. All right. I know we got some artists who just getting started. They just trying to sell. Maybe you've been creating for years. And we also got some vets and some pros, man. You've been doing shows, you're making sales, but you want more consistency. All right. I see the yes in the chat. What's up, Trent? All right. So this is what we're going to show you. Okay. Real purpose with the yes. What's happening, y'all? All right. And we are live. Okay. And so my goal is simple. I want to help you become an affluent artist. And so the presentation is designed to help 2 types of artists. If you are a new artist, you'll get a step-by-step blueprint on how to create art that sells itself on Instagram so you can become an affluent artist that collectors love to buy and tell everyone about. All right. If you are a master among us, you'll get the affluent artist secrets on how to smoothly transition to selling your art online at higher prices so you can keep more of your money and get the worldwide recognition and status that you deserve from the art industry. All right. And then every affluent artist gets access to the brand new artwork app that makes it simple to sell your art and keep collectors buying over and over again. And so this new opportunity is the key to your desire to consistently sell your art online. And it's only achievable by becoming an affluent artist. All right. So type yes in the chat. If I help you become an affluent artist so you can make more money selling your art, will you promise to spend a little bit of that with me and my company in the future? I just type yes in the chat. Okay. Want to see some yeses flying through. And so, man, my name is Sherez. And like many of you, I've been an artist my entire life. All right. And so that picture at the top left, that's baby Sharesh right there, man. When I was a kid, I used to love drawing the cartoons. Ninja Turtles was one of my favorites. All of the characters on the cereal boxes, man, I used to draw and create art all the time. And the picture at the bottom left, that's a birthday gift I drew for my son for his first birthday, a self-portrait of both of us. And then I'm also a hooper, baby. I love playing basketball, man. I played Division I college basketball. And I know that's where I get my desire to like help others and get assists. You know what I'm saying? I love getting buckets, but getting somebody else one is dope too. Now, when I was in college, I didn't have any collector skills, sales skills, you can forget about it. Plus the day after Christmas in 2007, what else, 2006, my house burned down and I lost all of my art. And so in 2007, man, I ended up becoming a starving artist dropout, man. And I was really depressed, y'all. My family, we lost everything. All of my art burned up. So my confidence was low. It was still really hard to sell art. And it was still difficult to break into the art industry. And so I became obsessed with mastering business online. I was like, man, I got to figure out how to sell art, how to make money on this internet. And so I knew I needed a mentor. That was the first thing I needed to do. And I ended up writing a letter to 19 multimillionaires that had internet businesses. And this gentleman right here, Mike Koenigs, was the first person to respond. And so Mike ended up hiring me. And the product launch that we worked on, I helped Mike make $1,800,000 in 7 days, y'all. All right, type yes in the chat if you like to make over $1 million a week. I just type yes in the chat. It's possible. I was a part of the team that did that. Okay. And so after that experience, I ended up writing a book about it titled How to Create Lifetime Customers. And I became a #1 best-selling business author. Okay. So I'm an artist first, but I got into the business game and I ended up speaking all around the world, teaching people how to sell their products and services online. This is me speaking at an event right there. I've also helped celebrities like Cynthia Bailey launch her products as well. Okay. And man, I've helped a lot of creators just like you make money. Now, even with this success, I still had dreams of being a full-time artist. All right, man, put me in the chat if you're working a job right now, but you still want to do art full-time. Just put me in the chat. What's up, Quanty the Virgo with the yes? My man Camelot with the bullseye, real purpose, yes. All right. Now, I had an epiphany one day. I was like, you know what? If you're a visual artist and you on what I call that income roller coaster, where you're making money some months and then some months you not, it get a little slower, right? That simply means you do not have a consistent flow of collector leads and sales. I see the leads coming through. So then I was like, man, what would happen if I applied those #1 best-selling internet marketing and sales principles to fine art? And so I had a crazy plan. I said, I'm going to host my first art event and I got to go to sell out the show. All right. And so we did just that, man. This is me standing with one of the collectors. Man, we had an incredible time, bunch of beautiful people in the room. But most importantly, though, we were selling art. All right. Type yes in the chat if you want to sell your first or next piece for $2,000. Just type yes in the chat. All right. We were selling art, getting to this way. And hey, put a 1 in the chat if y'all can hear me and y'all can see me. Just want to make sure everybody can hear me and y'all can see me. All right. Just make sure I ain't froze around here. All right, good. If y'all see Melissa on the page, just put a 1 in the chat. I see a 1. My man Trent said 1. If you see affluent artist Melissa Mitchell on the tablet, on the page, put a 1 in the chat. All right. Just want to make sure I was froze on my end. I think we good now. All right, cool, sweet. So my friend Melissa, man, she's an affluent artist. She was at that very first art event, and she said, flashback to this dope art investors event by Sharesh May. All of these pieces sold and have already doubled in value. Okay, so she sold all of her art at the first event. And you stay tuned. I'm going to show you exactly how she was able to do that. Now, we having a great time at this event, but I'm a business person now, and I got my business and marketing hat on. So I'm like, yo, we got some real problems with this. Now, first, doing it the old way, it cost me over $5,000 up front just to do the art event, okay? Now, while we were at this event, artists, we making sales with anything. Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, Square, like literally anything we could get our hands on to make a sale, okay? Now, the problem with this is it left all of our art sales disorganized. Everything was hard to track because we got everything on all these different payment platforms. Plus, the biggest problem was we couldn't easily follow up with the collectors that have just spent thousands of dollars with us, right? And so if you take a collector payment with Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, some of these other tools, man, you don't get some very important information. A lot of times you don't get the email address. You may not get the phone number. You may not get the home or business address, but you absolutely do not get access to the credit card data, so you can charge that customer for more art later, okay? And that's very, very important. You want to get the credit card information, okay? And so this inspired the Affluent Artist movement, because I couldn't find a solution. I had to create a new way for you to have 100% unlimited access to your collector's information, and a tool that makes everything easy to sell your art on and offline. Now, as an affluent artist, you need one system that accepts payments up to $1 million. It should be able to easily sell your art anywhere, whether it's in person at a show or online. Ideally, we wanted to track your artwork, your sales, and your collector's information in one place. And I like collectors to be able to buy your art with one click, just like we buy stuff on Amazon. And collectors should be able to track their net worth in your art, so they can see when your value increases as an artist. And man, really important to me too, I wanted to bring interested collectors to you, right? Just like we set up a system for Nissa Nitra. In her first 3 days, she had 37 new collectors coming to her, okay? And so back to that first art show results. Now, I did not reach my goal of selling 100% of the artwork, but I did sell 2/3 of the art. Every artist made money. That was most important to me. I wanted to make sure everybody sold art. And we had sales of $500, $1,500, and one artwork sold for $2K at that very first event. All right, type yes in the chat if you want to sell art for $2K or more at your first or next event. All right, we got some new artists in here. What's up, y'all? And so we had so much success that artists start asking us to consult and teach them down at Art Basel. And so this is me and some of my friends, man. We took like a little work vacation down to Art Basel. If you have not been to Art Basel in Miami, highly recommend that you go, man. Put an exclamation in the chat if you've been to Art Basel Miami. All right, let me know, man. It's a dope experience, okay? And so we having all this success selling art offline. I was like, man, what would happen if we actually started selling art online, okay? And so I started working with a small group of affluent artists just to test out all of these systems. And so Chris Lanice, she was one of the first artists that we helped. And so she was like, yo, Sherez, I got a small email list of only 32 people. I was like, all right, well, you know, it's some people, it ain't zero, right? So don't be ashamed if you got a small collector base right now. And so, y'all, we sent out one email and she got 13 sales from sending out one email. Type yes in the chat if you like to send one email and get 13 sales. I just type yes in the chat. I was blown away by that. I really was thinking the list might have been too small, but it wasn't. And then Santana used it. She got a $360 commission. Then my man Dwayne, he says sold another piece of art gone like the wind. Okay. Another one like DJ Khaled. I see the yeses coming through. And so artists, if you struggle, listen, it is not your fault. I went to college for art and design, and you will have some dope teachers that'll help you increase your artistic ability and skill. And you'll really be inspired by your classmates, but they do not teach you how to market and sell your art and build collector relationships. That's something that's absolutely missing from the college curriculum, okay? Man, put me in the chat if you went to college and they didn't teach you how to get no art money. Just put me in the chat. They didn't teach me at my school, okay? And so then we having this success online. I'm like, yo, all right, let's crank it up a bit. I want to get collectors 24/7 on autopilot. But the solution was very hard and expensive to create. So I ended up blowing over $30,000 in a year hiring 2 dev teams to create artwork that didn't finish the app, okay? And so I invested every penny to my name, and I really thought about giving up, man, but I'm not a quitter. I don't even know how to quit. And I also knew, like, man, going back to the old way of trying to do like live art events and getting the collectors and setting up a space before you do the event, I was like, man, that ain't gonna work for me. So I was like, all right, let's give it one more shot. So I found a 3rd dev team and I tried again. Yo, affluent artists, listen, the new artwork app and that automated collector system I created started working so well that many artists were selling art within 7 days. Trenton said, they not teaching me now. He in school now. They ain't giving them the game. So it's still bad. And I went to college over 20 years ago, man. Okay. And so this is affluent artist, Kira. She sold art in only 19 hours, in her first 19 hours. And what's dope about it, she was 18 when she started. She had never sold art before, and she had just really got into creating, right? It was when the pandemic was around us. She didn't want to go to college anyway. She really wanted to focus on art. And so she holds the record for the fastest sale, man. Y'all show love for Kira in the chat. All right, these young artists getting money, man. We got to celebrate them. I wish I had somebody giving me the game when I was a young artist coming up. What's up, Jackson? I see you with the yes. And then my guy, Fluent Artist Z. Man, type yes in the chat if you want to sell over 7 prints and 8 commissions in a week. And he got over $1,800 in deposits. He said, hey, team, I haven't had a chance to report on my record-breaking success this past week, okay? My man said he had a record-breaking success this past week, all right? Shout out to my guy, Z. And then affluent artist, Jen. She's on our team. She's in the community, man. Excited for y'all to meet Jen. She's a single mom, 4 kids. She sold a piece in a little over 24 hours. She said, it's amazing. She said, it took a little longer than 24 hours, but I got my first sale. It's amazing how much money I left on the table by not following up. So artists, yeah, we still live. Ariana Jackson, let me know if you can hear me. Say yes in the chat if you can hear me, Ariana, all right? And so she sold a piece in 24 hours. And so, man, listen, if you're an artist right now, you already got sales. If you're not actively following up with your collectors and making new offers, you leaving a lot of cash on the table. All right, we got to get this money, okay? And so, man, she kept taking action. Everybody put action in the chat. Action is what separates you from where you want to be, okay? And so because she kept taking action and really working on her art business, she got invited down to Art Basel, and she sold this beautiful butterfly piece called Breakthrough for $5,840. Put yes in the chat if you want to sell a piece for over 5 bands at Art Basel. Put yes in the chat. All right. And then again, action. She kept taking action. And then she got invited to Sotheby's Art Business Institute of Art in London. All right. In London. Put yes in the chat if you like to go to London to learn from Sotheby's and Christie's on how they making millions, billions of dollars a year selling art at auctions. Type yes in the chat, all right? Jen is an affluent artist. She's a part of our community, so you can get this kind of wisdom here, okay? I see the yeses coming through. Camelot Clark said, let's go, let's get it, all right? And so listen, this is the truth, artists. After creating artwork and helping all kind of artists around the world transform into affluent artists, I realized we no longer had to wait for galleries to accept us or wait on word of mouth to sell art or already have a big following on social media. That old way of being a starving artist was dead, all right? That's dead. My man Mel Cool, what's up, brother? King Mel Cool in the building. All right. And so if you're here right now, this is your golden ticket to a full-time successful art career. All right. You are in the right place. What's up, Tony? Yeah, you can sell now, Tony. What's happening? All right. And so now, in order to do this, though, I need something from you. And it's simple, belief. All right. I will give you the solutions to become a full-time affluent artist, but you have to believe you can and put it into action, because nothing hurts me more than giving you the game, then seeing you weeks, months, or years later clinging to the same starving artist problems. All right, being a starving artist is dead. That's why I named the program the Affluent Artist, okay? And so if you want to set sales goals and surpass them like Brisha Jones, man, put the money bag emoji in the chat, man. Let me see who want to get some money. Brisha set a goal to make 12K. She said, as of today, I'm super happy to have hit 13K instead, all right? Put the money bag emoji in the chat, man, if you want to start surpassing your sales goals. She said, keep going, motivation, affluent artist. I see you with that money, Tony. I'm going to teach you how to sell your stuff. Stay locked in. Get you a pen and pad, all right? Now, because of all this success that we were having, some senators from the country of Barbados in to help those artists access a global marketplace of collectors. So again, when that pandemic was around us, a lot of the tourism dried up, and so people weren't coming to and so they weren't buying art. And so, man, really the sales pipeline for the artists in Barbados dried up. And so they flew me in, kept me there a week, and I started teaching the artists how to sell and how to access global collectors through artwork, okay? So, man, we having a global impact helping artists all over the world. And then also, man, we tapped into big money. So I got invited to speak on investing at BlackRock, investing in art. And so some of you may or may not know about BlackRock, but it's the world's largest asset manager with over $10 trillion in assets, all right? Man, type yes in the chat if you like to be connected with collectors that look at your art as an investment. Y'all see me in the middle right there? All right, with that low fade glistening. What's up, what's up? All right, y'all in the building. What's up, Trent? All right. And so after 20 years in business and helping artists sell worldwide, man, type yes in the chat if it's your turn to get new collectors and sell art online, man. Let me see them yeses coming through. All right, let me see them yeses coming through, because once you discover these 3 secrets, you will have the keys to get new collectors online so you can accomplish your dream vision for your art. Real Purpose said, yes, I see you with them $. All right. And so Abrisha, using this system, again, get your pen and pad. Abrisha used this. She got a $5,008 sale from a new collector. Type yes in the chat if you want to start selling art for $5K or more to new collectors. And Brisha, man, she's so cool. She don't sell art for $5K. It'd be like $5,008. She already put a little extra couple dollars on the end, man. Shout out to Brisha Jones. Purpose. This is Purpose Work. Ariana, you already know it. I'm glad that you can see it. All right. And so let's get into it, the Flooring Artist. These are the 3 secrets to selling your art online. Secret number 1, how to make your artwork speak for itself and sell for $2,000 or more on Instagram. All right. I see you said, what does it cost? We about to get into the price soon. All right. And it's very, very affordable, man. Excited for y'all to be here. We got something new. All right. So let's get into secret number 1, how to make your artwork speak for itself and sell for $2,000 or more on Instagram. So let me know if this sounds familiar. So I told y'all I went to Art Basel. And when I'm in spaces like this, like I'm networking, I'm doing business. So I'm trying to meet all the industry experts. I usually look people up to see who's going to be there speaking. And so I'm going straight to them and talking to them and trying to get some wisdom, right? Now, just about all of them were like, yeah, Sharess, man, well, you know, you're a college dropout. You're just getting back into the art game. Nobody really knows your name. It's going to be hard for you to really sell art, you know, at all, but definitely for a lot of money, all right? So just put me in the chat if anybody has ever tried to discourage your art dreams, okay? Just put me in the chat, all right? Let me know if anybody's ever tried to discourage you, okay? And if they have, I want to let you know, I believe in your dreams, all right? It's a lot of y'all in that contest, man. I've been seeing that go around, all right? Now, we got a lot of artists on here. Y'all have some fun with me. Let's play a quick little game called Could You Do It Better? All right, just type yes or no in the chat if you think you can do this better. Just put yes or no in the chat, all right? There's no right or wrong, but I want to see, man, who got some skills. Just put yes or no in the chat, all right? And so this piece is titled Van Gogh Portrait of Dr. Gachet, all right? Van Gogh Portrait of Dr. Gachet. I see some yeses coming through. Let's get it. We got some confident artists in the building. I believe in y'all too, all right? So artists, why is this piece famous? Why is this piece famous? Anybody got a guess? Tony said most definitely with the all caps. It is the story, okay? The story. And the story has to touch your collector's emotions, all right? And so this is how I teach selling your art for higher prices, okay? So I know a lot of us, man, we've been taught to base our price on time or size, right? But when you really think about it, it don't make sense. So time. As an artist, you know, the more time you develop, you devote to developing your skill, you get faster and it's easier for you to create, right? Type yes in the chat if that's true for you. And so when you really think about it, if you start charging based on time and you get art done faster because you got better, it's almost like penalizing yourself for being dope and quick and efficient, right? So that don't really make sense, okay? And the same thing about size. We know wall art, right? Like this Biggie piece behind me often sells more than murals do on the side of buildings, right? So it ain't even really about size either. The way I teach it, it's about creating your very own art story, okay? ART story, all right? That's an acronym. Write this down, ART story. And I'm going to show y'all how to do this with the power of your story, okay? Excuse my clicker, man. It's clicking a little quick, all right? So I discovered this secret at our very first live art event. So my friend, Melissa Mitchell, she was one of the artists at the event. And so what I love about her, man, is she presents her art very professionally, right? You see it in the back. She got it on the easel. She got her business cards there. And she also creates wearable art. So she's wearing her art on her head wrap. But the thing that really took it over the top is she created these very powerful and personal art stories for each one of the pieces, all right? And this was my first time like listening to an artist share the stories around why they created the piece, okay? And so this is how we sold that piece for $2,000 at that very first event, all right? And so the collector, he had no clue who Melissa was, okay? Now, some people know her. Melissa got a popping brand, man. If y'all follow her online on Instagram, she's doing some dope things. She's worked with the city of Atlanta. She's worked with billionaires that founded Spanx, Ford Motor Company. She's done all sorts of events, Black Enterprise. Man, she's done a lot, right? But the collector didn't know any of that, though. And so I was like, man, you don't know anything about this artist. Why did you invest $2,000 in somebody you don't know? And he said, Sharess, the art is great, but it was the story, okay? And so if you had this problem that I see artists have online all the time, right? You posting your art and you're not getting any sales. You might get no engagement like this, or you might get a lot of engagements and comments depending on your following, right? But you're not getting sales. You know them likes and them comments don't equal money in the bank, all right? Just add your art story. Literally, if you start using your story, man, collectors are going to get emotionally involved in the art and they're going to want to start buying. All right. And so it ain't enough to just put some hashtags and say DM me for price or nothing like that. Man, you got to add your art story. So Jasmine, she says, so I posted this piece that I'm still working on last night, and I sold a pre-order print 9 a.m. this morning. Gratitude. Art story and organic conversations building relationships really work. It's all about the power of that story. And you see, she sold this in the first 7 days, okay? Type yes in the chat if you here because you want to sell your first and next piece for over $1,000, like Miss Raquel Miller here. All right, Miss Raquel Miller, she started using her art story and she got her first $1,000 sale. Man, I love to see artists leveling up and raising their prices, okay? And then Brisha Jones, she was speechless because she sold this piece for $6,209. Type yes in the chat if you want to sell a piece for over $6,200, all right? And so this was significant for Brisha. She said, man, this was my biggest piece that I had ever sold, right? It's a 60 by 48. And it was also her highest price at the time, all right? And so I want to read a little bit about what these collectors said that motivated them to buy the art. So she said, my husband and I had a hard week and an already pretty messed up year. I know we're not special in any regards. Everything seems hard right now for everyone. When my husband and I saw your painting, we first both said, wow, we love that. And then we talked about how it made us feel. Hope, moving out of our comfort zone, leaving a bad year and entering a new place. Fearlessness. When we read your thoughts on it as well, it just seemed like we needed it in our home. Thank you for painting this beautiful piece. It will be the conversation piece of the many meals we share with friends as we embrace a new era in the world, one of expanding fearlessness, all right? Now, Tony said 10,000. Yes, sir. Let's get it, Tony. Love your energy, Tony. Ariana with the yes, Camelot with the target. So listen, type yes in the chat if you see how the art story for this abstract piece, Fearless Expanded, tapped into these collectors' emotions and what they was feeling at the time. Type yes in the chat if you see the power of the story, because it really touched the collectors and what they were going through. And this is what made them want to buy that $6,200, because you got them heartstrings with the story, okay? And if you a dope artist listening to me right now, you know it ain't enough just to be dope. It's a lot of really, really fly artists that got crazy, crazy skill and they broke and they not making no money, right? And then you see the opposite as well. You see some whack artists and they selling art for high prices. We see all of it, right? And so you got to add your story. Artists, I see the yes, King Melku, all right? And so let's get into this art story framework, all right? So A equals art star. Make sure you're taking notes. Look, Ariana said, this is my story, right? Man, I'm an artist too. I get it. All right. So A equals art star. Who's the art star in your art story? All right. Every story has to have a star to the story. Okay. Even if it's an abstract piece. R equals the role. What's the art star's role in your art story? What do they want to accomplish? What's their purpose? What's the journey? All right. And then T equals twist. What's the emotional twist in your art story? And so, man, if you like a good movie or a good book, man, you know, movies, they keep you on the edge of your seat with good twists and turns. You anticipating what's happening. All right. Same thing with a good book, man. They have you with these open loops and hooks at the end of the chapter. You can't wait to turn the page and keep reading. All right. We can use that same skill in your visual art story. Okay. Same thing. It's all art. All right. Now let's go back to this Van Gogh piece, because I want to show you how they use the art story to sell this piece for an astronomical price. All right. So who's the art star? It's Dr. Gachet. That's easy money. Dr. Gachet is the star. All right. What's his role? He's Van Gogh's doctor. All right. Simple enough. But a fluent artist, what's the twist? The twist is the doctor may have killed Van Gogh. And so y'all know folks is nosy, man. People love murder mysteries. They trying to figure it out. And this story was being told and sensationalized so much that when that thing went to auction, it sold for a record-breaking $82.5 million with an M at Christie's, all right? Now, I want to have a little fun in the chat, all right? Now, I know some artists are here, you just getting rolling, man. I love all artists, all right? Much respect. I'm glad that you're here investing this time and to get this wisdom. And so some of y'all want to sell your first piece for $100, some for $1,000, some for $5, some for $10, some for $100. But if you want to get these millions like Sherez, man, put $82.5 M in the chat. You can put the money bag emoji in the chat. You can put that emoji with that money tongue. Let me know if you want to get these M's in the chat, all right? I want to get millions. Because of these OG artists, that's dead and gone can sell art for millions, I know I can do it, all right? Success leaves clues. There's a blueprint to everything. My man Cam said, dope, all right? I see the dollar sign, real purpose. Let's get it, all right? And so becoming an affluent artist and creating your art story allows your art to truly sell itself for higher prices. Type yes in the chat if you can see how your art story helps you sell more art. Type yes in the chat. The Virgo said yes. Let me know if y'all see the power of this art story. It works for abstract, all right? It works for all kind of art. You got to add the story. And another pro tip, if you think you're not that good at creating stories, you can use ChatGPT and AI as a shortcut, all right? You can get it to do a lot of the heavy lifting and then just put your finesse on the end. I see them yeses coming through. Analog Detox with a money bag. Tony says she want to get the 82.9. All right, let's get it, artist. So this works for you if you are a painter, a sculptor, you do acrylic pour, jewelry, photography, mixed media, digital art, drawings, ceramics, collage, furniture, clothes, murals, metalworks, wearable art. It literally works for all affluent artists at all price points. All right, you literally can use this to sell any of your art, okay? And so again, back to my friend Melissa, using the power of her art story, this is how she was able to sell 100% of her available artwork at that show. And I never forgot that because she was the only artist that sold out. And she also was the only artist that had art stores. Everybody else just had really dope art. All right. But when she got on the mic and told them stories, man, the collectors were going crazy in there trying to buy it. All right. That's the power of the art story. This is a simple technique, but don't undervalue this. You can start using this right now to start selling art today. Okay. Everybody put today in the chat. If you want to start selling some art today, everybody put today in the chat. All right. Let's get into it. All right. So we're going to get into secret number 2 of the 3 secrets of selling your art online. How to sell art to collectors that buy with one click on a new, easy to use app. All right. Now, I got to tell y'all this quick little story because this piece really transformed my art career and got me on this path that I'm on now. Right. So I ended up running into one of my old classmates from the College of Art and Design, and he invited me to his show. Right. And so in addition to being an artist, I'm a collector. Like if you were to look around my home, and I got art everywhere, and I'm in Atlanta. All right. Shout out to all my folks, my ATLians listen to me today. I'm in Atlanta, and I love to support local artists in my community, right? I am them, they are me. And so my guy invited me to the show. I'm like, I'm pulling up. It's nothing. I get to the show. I see this piece. I absolutely love it. Man, I love the pastels. I love the hair. I love that fly part on the side, the earrings, the expression, the profile, everything about it was really fly to me. All right, type yes in the chat if y'all like this piece, okay? Now, I saw the piece. I run back up to my guy. I'm like, yo, man, I got to buy this. And I'm practically like pressing my business credit card in his chest. And the words that came out of his mouth next, like I was blown away. I couldn't believe it. He said, Sharess, I can't take your payment. People usually cash at me. And my whole bottom jaw just hit the floor. I was like, dog, how you going to turn down money and I'm handing you my credit card? All right, man, put me in the chat if you don't had to turn down some money because you weren't prepared. Just put me in the chat. I'm trying to see what's happening. Put me in the chat, okay? Because that's the old, slow, hard, and expensive way. If you turning down money, we got to get paid, all right? Everybody put get paid in the chat. Rule number 1 is get paid. You at a baseline, you got to be prepared to get your coin, all right? Everybody put get paid in the chat. We got to get this money flowing out. We can't be turning down no cash. So my guy turns down my cash. I couldn't believe it, all right? And the only way I got the piece, I had to go into, he was a tattoo artist as well. I had to go in the tattoo shop to run my card on a point of sale system just so he can get paid. I was like, yo, this is crazy. All right. Everybody put get paid in the check. And so if you can't take payments in 2026, well, we got to step your game up as an artist. All right. We can't be out here doing this starving artist broke stuff, turning down money. All right. Camelot with the get paid. Let's get it. All right. If you're using tools like Cash App, Venmo, Zelle, again, this is a great way to get paid. But at a certain price point, collectors don't want to do business with you. Why? I'm a collector. I'm not sending you a $10,000 cash app for a painting. Why? I don't get a receipt. I don't know if you're going to deliver the art. And if you don't send me my art, I can't get a refund. I can't charge it back, right? And so while you got to get in the game and have payment methods at certain levels, at certain price points, collectors want a more professional experience, okay? And then also social selling. Man, put guilty in the chat. If you've ever dropped a photo of your art, put a bunch of hashtags and said something like email or DM me for price. Just put guilty in the chat. All right, we family here. I done did it. I done seen it done. It's still getting done today. All right, just put guilty in the chat. Y'all have some fun with me, okay? And if you're taking orders on paper in 2026, you got to step the game up. Now, I ain't going to get you to tell on yourself, all right? But you got to raise your level, all right? And then if you applying and paying for shows, now listen, if you applying and paying for shows and that's working, continue to do that. All right, you got a special sauce, and I'm proud of you. Keep doing that. But if you applying and paying for shows, renting out trucks and vans, taking all your art to the show, setting up your booth or your tent or whatever it is you're doing, and you ain't selling nothing and you taking it all back home, man, that's whack, all right? That's whack, whack, whack. I know a lot of artists, they getting sick and tired of doing that, okay? And so also, low marketplace website sales. If you got a website, you're not getting no money. People coming, they not buying. You don't know how long they stand or why, what's going on, all right? This is why we created Artwork to solve all of these problems for you, okay? And so we created a brand new Artwork app. It's a simple and easy tool that's going to help you sell your art online, access a global marketplace of collectors that have their credit cards on file, and they can buy your art with one click, okay? And so Tiara, she's on Artwork. She sold Angels Among Strangers, and she said, just uploaded some of my original art in the app a couple of days ago, and about 30 minutes ago, I got a notification that one of my pieces sold. Still in shock a bit at how quick the sale happened, but great way to end the night. Seriously, thank you, Sherez, for perfecting the app. It definitely is a game changer for us as artists, okay? Type yes in the chat, man. If you want to sell some art on Artwork, type yes in the chat, all right? And so this is our Artwork demo account. I'm going to show you a quick little demo video to show you how simple and easy it is to use Artwork, track all of your sales and collector information, and get collectors to buy your art with one click.
Hey, my name is Sherez May, and I want to give you a quick demo of the Artwork app. So the Artwork app does two very simple things, all right? If you are an artist, it allows you to sell your art, get collectors all over the world, and manage all of the most important key metrics in your business. And if you are a collector, it makes it simple for you to buy art with the click of a button and track the value of your art collection, all right? And so I'm going to show you the artist side of the dashboard first, then I'll pause and take you to the collector side. So when you're logged in as an artist and you're on your sales dashboard, you'll see your gross revenue, how many pieces you sold, what's the average price, all right? And this sales graph will show you your sales over any amount of time. Right here, you can set a sales goal. If say you set it for $100,000, if you made some sales today, that number would be in blue at the top. And this dial will show you how much you've made. We haven't made any sales today. This is our test account. And if you hover over it, you can see how many sales you made today. And it's really simple to add a new goal as well. As you start making sales, you'll see your top sellers right here. So you see it by name, how many pieces you sold in case you have prints or multiples, and you'll see how much revenue you made from each piece. Right here under your new orders tab, you'll see your latest orders. And so you stay on top of what needs to be shipped out. Down here at the bottom, you'll see your top collectors. So you'll see them by name, how many pieces they own in their collection, and how much money they've invested with you in your art business, all right? And then once you go to your Artwork tab, this is where you'll see all of the art that you have listed on the site, ready for sale, and also in the marketplace for collectors to buy with one click. So let's say you want to add art. It's very simple. You click Add Artwork. You just have to fill out these fields right here. And once you click Save, it'll save it. Just going to close that. If you want to email it to a collector, you can click Share Offer, enter your collector's email, send the offer. Email is already pre-written. They can click directly to the link and buy your art. If you like to copy a link, you can copy it as normal and send it via text message or share it on social media. And also, if you want to delete your product, it's very simple and easy to delete. As collectors begin buying art from you, you'll see collectors in your dashboard. So you see all of the information right here, so you can contact with them and follow up with them and make future sales. If you click on their dashboard, you'll see a list of all of the art they purchased from you here. As your orders start coming through, you'll see your order and payment history right here. So you see if they were successful or failed transactions, all right, who bought it, the artwork, the purchase amount, and the date. And then as your money is being in transit to your bank account and deposited, you will also see your payouts here, all right? And so when you want to begin buying as a collector, all you have to do is click Switch to Collector. and it'll take you to the collection side of the marketplace. All right. And again, this is our test marketplace right here. But I'm going to pause for a moment to show you how simple it is to buy as a collector. So now I'm logged into the app as our test collector. And so you see when art is sold out, it'll be sold out in the marketplace. All right. And you can just scroll through the marketplace to check out all of the art that's available on the dashboard. All right. And so let's say if you want to buy something, it's very simple. You can click buy now. And if we have your card on file, you can choose which card you want to use. If you need to add a new one, you can do that. But let's say we want to select this card. We click confirm order. And it's that simple. All right. It's purchased. And so now if you want to go check your collection, you can click collection. And it'll take you to your collection. You see, we just purchased this one right here. All right. So you can see all of your active collection. And as you are buying from artists, you can also see the artist that you're purchasing artwork from. All right. So I'm going to go back to the marketplace real quick. And let's say if you want to add it to your cart, you can add it to your cart. So you want to get a couple in there. And you can easily check your shopping cart and go to the checkout page and buy all of the pieces at the same time. So it's a very simple tool for artists to sell their art and also for collectors to buy, track the value of their collection as well. All right. Hope you enjoyed the presentation. Talk to you soon.
All right. Type yes in the chat, man, if you love how simple and easy it is to use artwork. All right. Type yes in the chat if you love how simple and easy it is to use it. All right. And so I'm going to go through a few artwork FAQs. So artists, you can set your own price. All right. We like to write our art story in the description so collectors can see that when they go to the product page. Collectors can easily buy multiple pieces. All right. We also like to add our shipping fee to the art price. All right. So for example, if the piece is $1,000 and the shipping is $100, we'll list it as $1,100. Artists, you ship your art directly to the collectors and then sales deposit into your account in 24 to 48 hours. So you get paid fast. My man Mel Koo said yes. And then artwork gets a small 10% commission. All right. And so I love to spotlight all kind of artists because I know what it's like to be a beginner. All right. And I know we got some pros too. So I want to inspire everybody to let you know that you can do this. And so Jen, she sold Purpose for over $1,000. I love Jen and her butterflies. Tierra sold Bright Future. Love the pastels on this joint. And then Christina sold Veil of Night. And that sky is real fly to me. Okay. And so type yes in the chat if you want to sell your first piece on artwork, like Magdalena here. All right. Type yes in the chat. She said, I sold my first piece of artwork. Many thanks to my new collector. She sold Natural on that joint. All right. And so artists, now I've shown you how using the artwork app allows you to easily sell more art online and keep all of your prices, collector, and business info in one place. All right. Just type yes in the chat if you can see how this saves you time, money, and makes it simple. Okay. Type yes in the chat if you can see how this saves you time, money, and makes it simple. All right. All right. Tony said, how do I price my artwork? Man, we got a process that we use called a luxury pricing method. All right. It's a little out of the scope of this presentation, but using that art store is going to really allow you to charge more than what you're charging right now. Okay. So use that art store, secret number one. All right. And you can weigh your art to get the shipping. You will have the customer's address. All right. Yeah, and our customer service number is the number to our business. Okay, we're gonna drop that number here in the chat. I see the yeses come through. All right. So let's get into it, man. This is the third secret. Now, listen, if you haven't taken a note yet, I highly recommend that you get a pen and pad and take a note because this is one of the affluent artists' favorites right here. Secret number 3: how to attract the collectors that's spending millions on art with Sotheby's using Instagram and AI. I see the yeses coming through. All right. Type yes in the chat, man, if you want to get collectors that's already spending millions on art. So you know they want to spend a lot of money on art. Type yes in the chat. Everybody should be typing yes. If you don't type yes, like, what are you here for? What are we doing this for? I want to get access to collectors that's already spending a bunch of money on art and get my art in the front of that flow, okay? So after our first wave of affluent artist success, I knew I wanted to help more artists get high-income collectors online, leveraging AI and online ads, okay? Because I've seen artists struggling to make sales with they post on social media and inside these art groups, right? You make a dope post, you get a bunch of likes, a bunch of comments, and it's all love, but that don't equal money in the bank, right? And so also I love friends and family sales, right? But then sometimes you run out of your friends and family network, right? And so it can run out. And so Tierra, she sold this $2,000 piece to a friend right here. All right, and Mr. Emmanuel sold this portrait for $500 to a sister at his local church. But sometimes it run out though, right? And sometimes we need global exposure. I put global in the chat. If you want to access collectors in your whole state, in your entire country, or in different parts of the world, all right? Put global in the chat, okay? All right, just put global in the chat. Now, because of my experience buying ads on social media, I knew there was only one place I needed to go to get ready to buy collectors, and that's Instagram, all right? And so Christy, she's a brand new artist using this process. She had never sold art online. She had been struggling. And when she first started using it, it started working so quick. She said, I'm about to cry right now, all right? She said, on my own way of selling, I would have gotten $200 for this piece. And she said, it would have taken me a while to get that. Right? She said, so I followed the steps of this course. I made an ad. I spent only $7, y'all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. $7. All right. And she sold her piece for $700. And that was a lot to her because she was usually selling it for $200. All right. And it only took her a few hours to sell because it works fast when you start advertising your art online. All right. I showed you Mr. Nitra got 37 new collectors in 72 hours. All right. So put cents in the chat, like dollars and cents, CENTS. If it makes sense for you to invest $7 on ads to sell a piece for $700 or more, just type cents in the chat if that makes sense to you. That makes sense to me. That's what you call a good return on your investment, okay? And so again, artists, always remember, if she can do this just getting started, success leaves clues. You can do this too. I want to see some cents coming through, all right? And so with Forbes, when they published this article about Sotheby's passing that first major test when they sold $363.2 million online, everybody knew it was up. They was like, okay, people still spending millions of dollars worth of art online. Let's get it. And then we saw a Business Insider article. They said for now, the art world has gone digital. And for some, that's you and I, the affluent artists. That's a good thing. So Artsy, which is an online art marketplace, said they saw a 92% increase in e-commerce sales in April, and interest from galleries increased by 60%, okay? And so let me show y'all how we doing this, man. This is simple. Get your pen and pad because this is going to change your life right here if you follow directions and heed to the wisdom, okay? And so look at these two red boxes right here. In the top left red box, that's the location. So I'm in the United States. If you listening to me right now, you have Facebook and Instagram because that's where you saw an ad and registered for this. And so I want you to start advertising in your country first, all right? You can advertise to any country that got Facebook and Instagram, but the logistics of shipping is much easier if you start in your country, okay? Now, that bottom red box, it says Sotheby's, all right? And so type yes in the chat if it makes sense to you to target them collectors that we saw spent over $363.2 million at Sotheby's. Type yes in the chat. That makes sense for me to put my art in front of collectors that's already spending millions of dollars, okay? And so if that makes sense to you like it do to me, all we got to do is click this green create ad button in the top right. And it's going to take us to a place called detailed targeting, all right? And so when we go to detailed targeting, you see we can target a Sotheby's brand. And then when we type in that word financial, everybody put financial in the chat, all right? Everybody type financial in the chat. When we type in that word financial, it allows us to target the highest household income collectors that like Sotheby's. So you see it say top 5% household income, top 10% household income, top 10 to 50% household income, all right? Now, if this is your first time hearing this wisdom right here, and your mind is blown right now how you can target collectors that's spending millions on art, man, put wow in the chat. You can put the mind blown emoji. Let me know how you feeling in the chat if you didn't know that you can put your art directly in front of collectors that's spending millions right now with a big brand like Sotheby's, all right? We can target them. Because we give all our data to Facebook and Instagram. They following us around the internet, retargeting cookies, all this stuff, tracking that they do. They know what you like. They know what you're clicking on. They know what you're buying, all right? Put mind blown in the chat if your mind is blown, all right? This blew my mind when I figured this out because this is a game changer for you, okay? So I'm going to show you a couple more examples. Everybody know Art Basel, all right? Some of y'all said y'all went to Miami Art Basel. It is a dope experience. And so to go to Art Basel, man, you got to get a flight, hotel. You got to have money for food, drinks if you drink. Then you got to have a ticket to the convention center, right? It ain't free to go in there. So you got to pay to go to the main convention center, and you still got to buy the art. And so collectors spend a lot of money just to get to Art Basel. Type yes in the chat if you want to target collectors that's traveling to and buying art from Art Basel. Type yes in the chat. Real Purpose said mind blown. My man Camelot Clark blew his top. All right. And so when we go to the detailed targeting section, we can target Art Basel, slap that financial layering on there. Look what it say. Top 5% household income, top 10% household income, top 10 to 50% household income. We could target the richest collectors that's already spending money at Art Basel. Y'all, let's get this money, y'all. All right. The Virgo put the world drop. Real Purpose said yes. All right. Let me show y'all one more to bring it home. So Artsy, we saw Artsy had a 92% increase in e-commerce sales. So more collectors start buying art online. All right. Boom. We go to that detailed targeting section, put that financial layer on the Artsy collectors. We can target top 5% income earners, top 10% of income earners, and the top 10 to 50% of income earners. All right. And so affluent artists, when you do this, now we have what I call the keys to success. All right. Because if you want to sell art, you got to have two very, very important things. Number one is you got to target collectors that have the willingness to buy art. All right. If you like brands like Sotheby's, Art Basel, and Artsy, I know you love art, right? You're an art lover. You got the willingness. But when we add that financial layer on there, now we put our art in front of collectors that have the ability to buy art. All right. And this type of access will change everything for you. You can do this from your computer, your tablet, or your mobile phone, man, and it's going to give you access to collectors with money. Okay. And so we got affluent artists selling art worldwide using this process. All right. So Nisha Kapoor, she's Indian. She says, Sharess, your system rocks. I got another celeb lead as a result of my ads, and we spoke on the phone, and this person is willing to buy. So she got her art in front of celebrities because she advertised, right? We know everybody on their phones. Just about everybody got Instagram. People with money, all right? They scrolling, they looking, and you could put your art on their phone. And she was one of the first artists to sell art in Indian rupees, all right? So we got artists selling art in different currencies, okay? Miss Valerie, she's a senior and a grandmother. If she can run Facebook ads and get this money, I know you can do it, all right? She didn't have a clue what she was doing with the technology. Shout out to the grandmas getting this money, all right? And then Christy, she used this process. She spent $45 on ads, and she made $1,400. Type yes in the chat if you like to get that kind of return on your investment. Her ad, this one ad, she said 800 likes, 200 comments, 100 shares, and 300 messages from collectors trying to buy her art. All right, 14 sales and 10 possible sales. She said, I hope everybody realized we struck gold. All right, type yes in the chat if you want to be able to have this power to advertise. And then my man Joe Woods, he said, and this happened last night. Sold, all right. Joe sold a $2,000 piece from his ads while he was asleep. All right. And so instead of like posting online all day, trying to feed the algorithms, man, you can have an ad for you running 24/7. You could be asleep. Like my man Joe here, you could be traveling, spending time with your family and friends, and the ad is selling your art for you, okay? This is a brand new way to sell art and get this money. All right, if you want to wake up to new sales, put sleep money in the chat, all right? Put sleep money in the chat. If you want to wake up to money because art was sold in your seat, you can put sleep money, you can put the money bag emoji with the little bed emoji. Let me see, all right? And so artists, now I've shown you how to find wealthy, ready to buy collectors with AI and Instagram ads. As an affluent artist, type yes in the chat if you can see yourself using this secret to get high paying collectors. Just type yes in the chat. My man Camelot said yes. Real Purpose said yes. This is easy. Sleep money, Ariana, let's get it. All right. And so far, artists, you discovered how to create your art story to raise your prices. All right. That was secret number one. I showed you how artwork makes it easy to share your art via text, email, or social. I showed you how to sell your art to a worldwide collector marketplace. I showed you how to get collectors to buy your art with one click on artwork. And we showed you how to use that financial layering to target them high-income collectors that's already spending millions on art brands like Sotheby's and Art Basel, all right? I see the yeses coming through. And so knowing what you know now, do you feel more confident pricing your art? Just type yes in the chat if you feel more confident that you can use your art story and even use AI, ChatGPT, to help you create the story, and you can start selling it, all right? Are you happy you attended this live class today? Type yes in the chat. This was a good investment in your time. I want to see some yeses coming through. All right, we sharing wisdom. Ideally, you ain't never seen or heard this before, okay? We got a unique process that we use to help artists sell their art. And do you realize the advantage you have as an artist using these techniques versus just continuing to do it the way you usually do it? My man Mel Koo said yes. And can you see yourself using this to sell more art? Type yes in the chat. Ariana said yes. Let's get it, Miss Jackson. All right. And can you see yourself getting new collectors with this? Man, if artists that just get started like Christy can do it, I know you can. All right. What was that? Shawneel Scott with the Y. Appreciate you showing up, Shawneel. What's happening? All right. And so, artists, now you got two choices. So you can use this wisdom and you can do that on your own. All right. And I know we got some brilliant artists on here. All of y'all talented. That's a worthy option to pursue. All right. If you took notes, you can absolutely do this on your own. All right. But choice number two, you can have my team responsible for your success, and we can guarantee that you get 10 or more new collectors every single month with this process. It's easy. We got it dialed in like clockwork, okay? And so would this transform your life? Type yes in the chat. If you follow what I showed you in secret number one and use any one of your art stories so your art sold itself on Instagram, then you did what I revealed in secret number two, so you can use the artwork app to easily sell more of your art. And then you use secret number three to get access to the same high-paying collectors on Instagram that the rich auction houses and galleries attract. Type yes if you think you can be successful. My man Trenton said yes. King Melku said yes. Miss Ariana said yes. I see the yeses coming through. And what if I helped you? Type yes if you would like my help. All right, type yes in the chat if you would like my help. All right. So I want to introduce you to the Affluent Artist Masterclass. I see the yeses coming through. It's a fun and easy 5-step system for visual artists to raise your prices and get 10 or more new collectors every month online. All right. And so part number one is the actual Affluent Artist Masterclass. And it's a simple 5-step process. All right. Step number one is mindset. That's what we cover, the millionaire mindset. Step number two is pricing. That's what we teach you, luxury pricing method. I see a lot of questions about how to price your art. All right. Step number three is sold. This is where we teach you our cash collectors framework so you can start making sales even before you invest in the advertising. Okay. Then step number four is collectors. This is where we teach you how to create your own collector community so you can build lifelong relationships with collectors that's going to continue to buy your art. And then step number five is marketing. This is where we show you how to use Instagram ads and put that financial layering on so you can start targeting these collectors that's already spending millions on art. Okay. And so here's my guy, Christian. He's an affluent artist, and I want to let you listen to him share his story about the transformation he had after he joined and became a member of the Affluent Artist Program.
Yeah, what's up, y'all? It's Christian Lamar here, and I'm a portrait artist from VA. Now I just want to tell y'all why I joined the Affluent Artist Masterclass. I went to a great art school and learned from some phenomenal artists, but they never taught me how to sell my work. So after I graduated, I struggled, like, to the point of almost wanting to give up on my dream of being a professional artist. Well, this course changed all of that. It showed me how to turn my art into a business, and most importantly, how to sell online. So now I can sell to anyone, anywhere. And the results are super quick. I made my first sale within 30 hours of starting the program and made just under $1,500 within the first 5 days. And now that I'm in week 4, I've made just over $4,000, and it's super easy to follow. Like, if you're like me and you're ready to fulfill your dreams of being a professional artist, give the program a shot. And you also get to join a community of artists that share their experiences every day of what works. So join me and the family and become an affluent artist today. All right. Peace.
Shout out to King Christian right there. Got his first sale in 30 hours. Made $1,500 in the first 5 days. And now he rocking and rolling. That brother went from thinking about giving up and quitting because he didn't know how to sell his art to now he in that overflow. All right. Everybody put abundance in the chat. My man Christian is getting it. All right. And so, affluent artists, this works for you. If you are a painter, sculptor, if you do acrylic pouring, jewelry, photography, mixed media, digital art, drawings, ceramics, collage, furniture, clothes, murals, metalworks, wearable art. It literally works for all affluent artists at all price points, okay? And so shout out to Miss Joy. Type yes in the chat if you want to start getting this art money like Miss Joyce sold this $4,000 piece in Canada, type yes in the chat. You can get money with us anywhere in the world. She's in Canada. And look, one thing you'll learn about me, especially if you become a member of our Affluent Artist community, is we always tell the truth about making money. And so if you get a cash sale, you can't just be like, yeah, I sold some art. Man, you got to put that money on the table, take that picture. All right. So you see them 4,000 Canadian bucks right there. You see all them hundreds right there. I don't know what they call them hundreds in Canada. There ain't no Benjamin though. But you see them hundreds though. All right, that's real cash right there. Okay. Type yes in the chat. Ariana said yes. And so this works even if your art isn't ready. And so Jasmine, she posted a piece. She was still working on this chat with Bozeman Peace. I want y'all to pay attention to what I'm saying very, very carefully. She was still creating the original chat with Bozeman Peace. And she sold a pre-order print at 9 a.m. Everybody put pre-order in the chat. Put pre-order in the chat. So she sold it before the original was done. How? She said gratitude, art story. That was secret number one. Art story and organic conversation building relationships really work. All right. And so if you just start telling your art story online, man, the collector's going to get emotionally invested into your work and they're going to start buying it. They'll even buy it before it's done. And so think about that. Man, you could sell your art first, use that cash, take a profit, and also you can buy your supplies and everything that you need, okay? Sell your art first, get that money first, okay? And so when you become a member today, you can get access to the Affluent Artist Masterclass, and that's a $5,000 value, all right? Part number two is the Artwork Gold account, all right? I want you to imagine, just like Jen, imagine collectors buying art from anywhere. A collector can get an artwork account anywhere in the world, all right? She said, I was so happy and grateful to sell this piece. I'm going to supersize my fries tonight. She sold Emergence and Power for $2,700 on artwork. All right. Just imagine your new life, being able to sell art anywhere while you're traveling. All right. So like Miss Yvonne here, she sold Spidey Senses to this young collector. I love when the collectors get their kids started buying art early. All right. This works anywhere in the world. And so when you get your artwork account, you'll be able to accept payments up to $1 million. You'll be able to easily sell your art anywhere, in person or online. You can track your art sales and collector information in one place. Collectors can buy your art with one click, right? Think one click buying on Amazon. And collectors can track their net worth in your art as well, all right? And also, you'll be able to save a lot of money using artwork because you can get rid of some tools if you choose to. So if you got a website that's not making no money and you're paying for it, you can get rid of those website fees, okay? Also, tools like Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, they're great to get started, but at certain price points, collectors want a more professional experience, okay? And then using tools like Artsy, Etsy, Art Storefront, paying those fees. If you're not getting collectors coming and you're paying those fees, you can get rid of that. Shopify, Artwork Archive, Fine Art America. Again, if you're paying these fees and you're not selling art, you can get rid of all of that, all right? And the biggest waste of time is that lost time trying to figure this stuff out on your own, okay? And so again, as an artist, man, when I first started, I didn't know how to manage my art sales in one place or track how much my collectors spent. I also didn't have a global marketplace where collectors could buy with one click. So I had to create artwork for myself, all right? And so this is going to save you time and money because 6 years ago when we started this, I spent over $60,000 in 3 years figuring out how to create an app to solve this problem. And so I don't want you recreating the wheel. So I'm going to give you an Artwork Gold account with this package so you can skip the cost of trial and error. All right, everybody put cool in the chat. That's cool with you. Put cool in the chat. All right. And so you saw how fast Tierra made a sale just within a couple of days. She said she was shocked at how fast this sale happened, and it was a great way to end the night. All right. And so even if you think you're not tech savvy, man, it's not a problem. We designed artwork to be so simple that children can use it. OK, we wanted it to be as cool and simple so a child could use it. All right. And so when you join today, you're going to get access to the Affluent Artist Masterclass, and you're going to get access to that Artwork Gold account. And that's a $6,200 value. All right. Part number 3 is the Affluent Artist community. And so we have a global network of artists, collectors that love serving and want to see you succeed. And so just like that picture, man, we actually hang out for real in real life. Okay. And so when you join today, you get access to our private Affluent Artist School community. And so this gives you the knowledge, the community, the encouragement, and the motivation you need to succeed in your art career. And so you can access the program and the community anytime from anywhere in the world. And you get unlimited support, all right? So we got 24/7 school group access, and we do a live weekly sales sessions call to make sure you get all of your questions answered, all right? My man Mel Cool is on. I think he's been on one of them sales sessions before, okay? And so one of the things I love most about our community is that we got artists of all ages in the program. And so San Yu, her mom got her started, Miss Jovan, when she was 9 years old. And so we got young artists getting money, right? If you're an older artist and you just getting started selling or whatever your situation is, man, it ain't much more motivation than seeing a kid get to these coins, all right? Because it just lets you know that you can do it. And on the opposite end of the spectrum, we also got grandmothers and granddaddies getting money. So Miss Phyllis, she's 73 and she made a sale in her first week, all right? She said, I watched the welcome videos, introduced myself, and I sold 2 drawings. Shout out to Miss Phyllis, all right? And so I want you to imagine being a part of a community of artists that's helping you 24/7. And so like my guy Sean right here, he posted this powerful lesson that's helpful for everybody. He said, lesson learned, follow up every time. You never know why somebody ghosts you. I thought maybe my price was too high for her and she was gone for good. Don't make up your own stories as to why they didn't call back. Just follow up and be polite. So, right, that's a powerful lesson to let you know if somebody ghosts you, man, you got to keep following up, okay? And so when you join today, you're going to get access to the Affluent Artist Masterclass, the Artwork Gold account, and become a member of the Affluent Artist community. And that's a total value of $7,400, all right? And so again, man, using this system, artists like Isha have been able to sell art for over $10,000, all right? Type yes in the chat if you want to get $10,000 commissions like Isha. I should see some yeses flying through. I know I want to get $10,000 commissions like Isha. Man, when you start targeting high-income collectors, man, these are the kind of results that you can get, assuming you take action and you do the work, all right? And so artists, if all this did was help your art tell stories so your artwork truly sold itself, would they help your art career? Just type yes in the chat if that'll help your art career, okay? And if all this did was help you easily sell your art online in any economy, type yes if that will help your art career. I see the yeses coming through. And if all this did was help you get an infinite amount of high-paying collectors following you and buying your artwork, just type yes if that will help your art career, all right? And so artists, we're putting this program together. Listen, I had 2 choices. My first option was I could go as cheap as possible and try to sell as many as possible, but that wouldn't really incentivize me and my team to stack the value, all right? But the second option required a little higher investment, but in exchange, we can devote more resources to guarantee your success, okay? And so I want to know, man, let me know in the chat, what are your dreams worth to you? All right, what are your dreams worth to you? Accomplishing your art dreams and a vision that you got in your mind, that you want to do with your God-given talent and creativity, all right? Because if you were making money every day because you were successfully selling your art to collectors on Instagram, what would that be worth to you? All right, how much would you pay to have one automated collector system sell your art online 24/7? All right, so you see why artists have paid $10,000 for similar results for me. Because when you do business with us, it's not a cost, it is an investment. I see the yeses coming through. And so you see why it's worth over 10K, right? I showed you Isha, she sold 1 commission for 10K. But even at 5K for the general public, it's still a great deal. Brisha's selling art for 5K, 5,008, 6,209, right? It's easy. But because you wanted to watch this masterclass, I want to help as many artists as possible, man. We got a very special offer for artists that are here live, all right? And so when you go to affluentartist.com, you don't have to invest anywhere near $5,000, okay? And our regular deal, sometimes we'll do a 30% off discount, and it's $3,500. All right? You don't have to invest anywhere near that today, all right? When you go to affluentartist.com, we got a special 94% off for only $9.99. But what's even better, though, I told y'all we got a really affordable option. We have a partnership with Affirm, Afterpay, and Klarna, and you can get started for as little as $47.96 per month, all right? Man, it's less than $48 to get started if you use one of our finance partners, man. And so you can go to affluentartist.com and get signed up right now. Choose Klarna at checkout, and you can get started, man, for a drop in the bucket to get access to this system, all right? If you need help ordering, text JOIN to 470-777-7549, all right? And so when you go to affluentartist.com, you can use the buy now, pay later option at checkout, all right? So we got a partnership with Affirm, Afterpay, and Klarna. And I know if you use the Klarna option, they got a 24 payment plan for $47.96 per month. So it's really inexpensive and affordable to get started, all right? Go to affluentartist.com and join today. We're excited to have y'all in the program, all right? God's work, let's go, Ariana. Investment, let's get it, all right? I'm ready to serve you. Let me know when y'all join, okay? And so artists, if you tired of putting your time and skill into your art only for buyers to continue lowballing you and not respecting the true value of your art, man, we got some very special bonuses for artists that get signed up and join our community today, all right? So bonus number 1 is that luxury pricing method. I saw some questions about pricing. This is a $1,000 value, all right? We're going to show you exactly how to price your art at luxury levels so you can get paid your worth. And so Christy, again, she was brand new to selling art online. She's a single mom. She watched this same class that you're on right now, and she made $1,350 in her first 5 days. Now, you know it's serious when folks get to talking about holy smokes. She said, I reached out to an old friend and supporter of my art, and I landed a $1,000 mural job. The system works. She said, I was thinking of asking $800. I was hoping for $600, but I boldly asked $1,000 and she didn't hesitate. I get access to this same system when you go to affluentartist.com. And Jen, she just put the crying emoji when she sold this piece for $5,840. I type yes in the chat if you want to start selling art for over 5K. Let's get it. The number is 470. It's on the screen. 470-777-7549. All right. The number is on the screen. You can text a join to that number, and our team will call you once we finish with this presentation. Okay. Brisha Jones used the luxury pricing method. This is how she was able to break her sales record and sell this Fearless Expanded abstract for $6,209. I type yes in the chat if you're trying to sell art for over $6,200 like Brisha using that luxury pricing method. All right. So I want you to imagine your confidence skyrocketing because your art story has collectors emotionally invested in buying your art at any price. This becomes your new reality when you become an affluent artist at affluentartist.com. All right. And so when you join today, you're going to get access to the Affluent Artist Masterclass. You're going to get an Artwork Gold account, and you become a member of the Affluent Artist community. And we're going to give you this powerful bonus luxury pricing method so you can start charging your work. We're going to show you exactly how to price your art. All right, that's a total value of $8,400. All right, bonus number 2. This is our automated collector system, okay? And so a big part of the collector system is we give you a free website sales template, okay? And so if you don't have a website, cool, we got you covered. We'll give you this pre-designed template. All you got to do is change your art, your words, and the videos, and turn it on, connect it to Instagram ads, and connectors will literally start coming 24/7, okay? And so this is the system Christy used when she spent $45 on ads, and she made $1,400 in a day and a half, all right? This is the automated collector system. You start advertising, she got 800 likes, 200 comments, 100 shares, and 300 messages from collectors asking her to buy her art, all right? These are collectors coming to you because you're advertising, okay? And so I know many artists suffer from that feast of famine, roller coaster income, where you sell art some months, and some months you don't sell it at all. Man, I talk to some artists, they're not selling art for years, right? And so I've spent years investing time and money testing which art ads and sales pages work best to turn clicks to collectors so you can have collectors coming to you 24/7 like clockwork, all right? And so when we get an endless flow of new interested collector leads joining your email list and buying your art 24/7, this gives you predictable cash flow and profits to grow your art brand and your collector community while sales are coming in at the same time, okay? And so again, I showed y'all Miss Anitra's testimony earlier. She sent me a message in the middle of the night because she was blown away. She said, Sharess, I truly apologize. And normally I wouldn't send a message this late, but I couldn't hold back the excitement. 19 total collector opportunities and 2 scheduled collector calls. This was in the first couple of days. Then she sent another message the next morning. She said, by the way, your girl is up to 37 leads, 3 collector appointments, and lots of great comments about what inspired them to get the download. All right, this works fast, man. And so if you already have a website that's not selling how you like it, again, you can keep it because you just want to preserve that work, or you can get rid of it, all right? It's okay. Either way, it's cool with me. You can use ours to get new collectors coming to buy your art every day like clockwork, all right? And so when you join today, you get access to the Affluent Artist Masterclass. You're going to get your Artwork Gold account. You become a member of the Affluent Artist community, and you're going to get these powerful bonuses, the luxury pricing method and that automated collector system. And that's a total value of $9,600 when you go to affluentartist.com and sign up today, okay? And then bonus number 3, you're going to be able to find your high-income collectors with me, all right? We're going to hold your hand and show you how to get these collectors on Instagram. And so, again, I know many artists struggle to get exposure to collectors that can afford their art at the price you think it's worth, right? You can have dope art and you can have a high price, but if you're showing it to collectors that don't have the money, it don't really matter how fly the art is. They can't buy it, okay? And so I spent over $250,000 on my own money on Instagram ads, figuring out the best way to target buyers with money. And so you get instant access to what's working right now with Instagram ads and AI. All right? We got artists using this system today, selling art right now as I speak, okay? And so I showed you how we can go to the detailed targeting. We can target big brands like Sotheby's, and that's just the tip of the iceberg. When you add that financial layering, it's going to show you the collectors that make the top percentage of household income, top 5, top 10, and the top 10 to 50, okay? And so you'll be able to lock in with me, get exposure to collectors that got disposable cash. You'll be able to leverage AI to target the best collectors for your style, and you can predictably get new collectors 24/7 with your ads, all right? And so Jen, using this process, man, she just started testing new prices for her commissions. She said another deposit for a commission of $4,369 commission, right? She said, I threw out a random number and they said, can they pay it in 3? You can get access to this when you go to affluentartist.com. And these are the results that start happening when you start targeting collectors that got money, right? Just like Isha had that $10,000 5-panel commission, okay? And so go to affluentartist.com, sign up to get access to this system, okay? And so Jasmine, I remember I showed you earlier how she made over $15,800 in 20 days. And so when she first started, she was like, man, I want to go full time and I need to make $5,000 a month to just cover my overhead for the month, all right? And so we was like, cool, let's get it. She turned on the automated collector system, started targeting these high income collectors, and Jasmine ended up making $5,527 in the first week. I'm gonna repeat that one more time. She had a goal to make over $5,000 for the month. She ended up making $5,500 in the first week, all right? You can get access to the same system when you go to affluentartist.com, all right? And so if you got a question, type your question in the chat. Artists are using this system to make sales every day. My man Dwayne got a sale there. Sean got a sale there. Miss Valerie got a sale. Miss Phyllis selling art. They 50 plus in the program, okay? And so I know some artists, man, they want to make millions with their art, all right? And so we got a mastermind here in Atlanta called a $1 Million Artist Mastermind. Now you got to qualify to join the $1 Million Artist Mastermind where you're selling over $100,000 per year worth of art. All right? We got to verify that. And that's a $25,000 investment to join the mastermind. But if you want to get your hand held online, right, you can get the same type of wisdom and experience for a fraction. You can literally join for less than $48 if you use the Klarna financing when you enroll at affluentartist.com, all right? And Jasmine, when she came to the $1 Million Artist Mastermind, she said, y'all, I'm at a loss for words here. She said, Artwork Mastermind was beyond anything that I imagined. Demetrius said, OMG, the past few days was one for the books for me. This experience has motivated me to really present the best version of myself, right? And so this is what you can get access to when you join at affluentartist.com, okay? And so if you were to go back to art school or to try to hire an online marketing agency or attempt to get a dealer to sell the work to collectors for you, it might cost you $100K in tuition going to school, right? 50% of your profits dealing with dealers and galleries, or years of your life trying to figure this stuff out on your own, all right? You can skip the $100K, you can skip the 50% given away, and you can get access to the wisdom right now when you enroll at affluentartist.com. And again, even if you finance it with Klarna, that's only $1.60 per day to start selling your art online, all right? That's like a breakfast sandwich at McDonald's. It's really inexpensive to get started, especially when you use that financing with Klarna when you go to affluentartist.com, all right? So Affluent Artist, you got two choices. Again, choice number one, you can do this on your own. And I know we got some genius artists on here with some incredible talent and skills. Man, you've gotten where you are so far with the work that you put in, man. And so I know that's a worthy option to pursue. But choice number two, you can have our team responsible for your success to ensure you get 10 or more new collectors every single month when you set up this system at affluentartist.com, all right? And we're so confident in our ability to help you get 10 or more collectors every month. We got 110% money back guarantee, okay? And so this guarantee could literally put us out of business if we cannot deliver on our promise. And so when you sign up at affluentartist.com, if the Affluent Artist does not help you sell more art and get more collectors, you'll have two options. Option number one, you follow the steps, and for whatever reason you decide it's not for you, you can win 110% of your money back, all right? We give you a 10% tip just for trying it out. Option number two, you'll grow in the Affluent Artist program, and we'll personally help you get 10 or more new collectors every month. You like, Sherez, now I want to set up this automated collector system. I want collectors coming to me 24/7, asking me to buy my art. Man, join us at affluentartist.com, okay? Now, why do we do this? Listen, we do it for a very selfish reason, and that's because I know it's a win-win. This makes it a no-brainer for you to join, and I know we can help you succeed. And so when you sign up, I know for a fact one of these two things will happen. Number one, you will get 10 or more new collectors every single month like clockwork, all right? Easy. Or number two, you will win $1,100 from us just for trying it out and giving it a try, okay? Now, there are some qualifications to get the 110% money back guarantee, all right? So obviously, we want you to earn 100% completion by watching the Affluent Artist Masterclass, all right? When you get done with the videos, just mark them as done so we know that you actually did the work, okay? And then we want you to take action on the wisdom in the Affluent Artist Masterclass. At the end of each video, we got what we call the money moves, because that's what's going to help you make money, all right? You got to take money move actions to get some money, all right? And then we want you to attend the live sales sessions every week so we can answer your questions. Don't sit at home acting like you're stuck and you don't know what to do. Come and get a real person to help you out, okay? And then ultimately, we want you to sell art. This is all about you making money and hitting your revenue goals or whatever it is, your vision for your art career, okay? And as you succeed in, we want you to share your results on social media. And so when you work with us, your profit is guaranteed, all right? Option one, you follow the steps. For whatever reason you decide it's not for you, you don't like getting a lot of collectors fast, maybe it's too many, I don't know. Mr. Nitra said it was coming too fast. You can win your money back, okay? But option number two, you will grow in the Affluent Artist community, and we will continue helping you get 10 or more new collectors every single month so you can accomplish your goals when you become an affluent artist at affluentartist.com, right? And so artists, the real question is this, is it worth taking a few minutes to check this out? I think yes, all right? Because even if it does half of what I shared today, it will pay for itself as soon as you sell one painting for $1,000, all right? And so artists, you just one collector away from transforming your entire life and your art career. And so when you start targeting those high income collectors on Instagram, and you can put that financial layering on there, man, all you need is one to really transform your life. Because anybody who's been selling art for some time, collectors are often become repeat collectors as you build a relationship with them. And so you get one big money well, everything can transform for you when you enroll at affluentartist.com, all right? And so when you join today, you're going to get access to the Affluent Artist Masterclass. You get access to the Artwork Gold account. You're going to become a member of the Affluent Artist community. And we got some powerful bonuses for you to get started today, all right? Bonus number one, you get that luxury pricing method. Bonus number two, you get the automated collector system. And for artists that join today and pay in full, you can finance with Klarna. You can find your collectors with me. I'm going to walk you through how to target the high-income collectors that's going to buy your style of art, okay? That's a total value of over $10,600 when you enroll at affluentartist.com. Now, artists, you might see this intentionally blank screen right here, okay? This is an editing marker, all right? This is to let me know to cut what I'm about to say next out of the presentation, okay? Now, because you are here live, when you enroll right now at affluentartist.com, I'm going to give you a free lifetime artwork account, and that's a $1,200 a year value, all right? You're going to get it absolutely free. You're going to get a lifetime gold artwork account. And so normally it's $99 a month, but for the artists that sign up today, it's going to be free for you forever. You'll be able to upload unlimited art. You can access collectors globally, and many artists sell art in the first 7 days, all right? So I showed you Tierra. She uploaded some of her art. She got a sale in the first few days. And so you just one collector away from really transforming your art career, all right? And so again, this is only for the artists that buy while we are live, okay? So go to affluentartist.com, enroll right now. You're going to get access to a free lifetime artwork gold account. That's a $1,200 a year value that you're going to get for free for a lifetime, okay? All right, Affluent Artists, man, get started right now. Go to affluentartist.com to enroll. We're excited to have you inside the program. Again, when you join today, you're going to get access to the Affluent Artist Masterclass, your Artwork Gold account. You'll become a member of the Affluent Artist community. You're going to get that luxury pricing method bonus, the automated collector system, and you'll be able to find your collectors with me. All right, and that's a total value of over $10,600, which you can join today for a 94% off special for only $9.99. All right. And again, man, we wanted to make this super affordable so any artist could join. We didn't want anybody to have an excuse about not getting access to this new way to sell art and bring collectors to you. So we partner with Afterpay, Affirm, and Klarna, so you can get started as little as $47.96 per month if you choose Klarna at checkout. But you also can choose any payment plan that works for you, okay? And so artists are making sales with this every day, man. Shout out to my guy, Blue Robin, with his first sale. Diana, she say happy Friday when she getting that cash money. My man Dwayne right there with a sale. Santana with another sale. Mr. Bill said, I just got paid, all right? And so now at this point, I see a lot of you have signed up, and that makes me happy, man. Excited to have y'all in the program, all right? But many artists are still here, and I can tell you getting ready to sign up, but you got a question that you need answered first before making that decision, all right? So let's address those questions in the time that we have left, all right? You got a question? Type your question in the chat, and I can answer your question live, all right? I'm going to go through a few FAQs that we get asked a lot. So some artists want to know, what if I already have a website? And so if you aren't making sales on your website, you can send all of your collectors to artwork, use our automated collector system so you can eliminate hosting costs and those monthly fees. Some artists want to know, do collectors need an artwork account? So collectors can buy as a guest, but we encourage them to get an artwork account so they can track your art collection. Some artists want to know, how do I afford the investment? So look, when you go to affluentartist.com, you can select one of the financing options. That's a great way to afford the investment. They got some really affordable payment plans. But also, you can use the wisdom you learned today in secret number 1 and use your art story to start pre-selling your art before it's done, just like Jasmine did right here. All right. So she posted the chat with Bowls and piece she was still working on. She sort of pre-ordered print 9 a.m. the following morning. She said, gratitude, art story, and organic conversation building relationships really work. Okay. Ariana said, what if we can't afford a $9.99 even through Klarna? With a $47.96 per month is the most affordable payment plan we have, Ariana. All right. I really would, man, talk to somebody. Is just $50. Man, you could talk to a family or friend to get the investment. You can sell some art first. I wanted to make it affordable, man. So hustle up to $50. All right. You can sell something to get $50, okay? Or you can ask somebody, okay? And then when you join the program, you can start selling art to make sure that you can pay that $48 a month, okay? Some artists want to know, how do I make the time? So Brisha Jones, she's a single mom, and she made the time to sell this $2,572 commission right here. And so one of the things that we do to teach artists how to make the time is establish what we call a morning success block, okay? And so it's really simple. So all we do is wake up an hour or two earlier. All right. Now you got to have the discipline to get in bed on time to be able to get up a little earlier. But when you get up an hour or two earlier in the morning or more, just depending on what you got to do, and you start to devote the first part of your day to your art business, man, when you get the most refreshed version of yourself to your goals and your dreams, man, that's where you really start to see the transformation happen. Okay. And that's what Brisha Jones did. And so contrast that with waking up, taking care of your friends and your family, going to work, answering to your boss, dealing with employees and your coworkers that you may or may not like. And then you come home at the end of the day. Man, you tired, you hungry, you want to sit down and chill. And then if you start trying to work on your art like that, it can work. But again, now you're giving the most depleted part of yourself to your goals and what's going to transform your life, all right? And so make the time by setting a morning success block, okay? Some artists want to know, can I do this from anywhere in the world? Absolutely. As long as you got Wi-Fi, you are good to go. And so I'm in Atlanta, Georgia. Miss Joy, she used this system. She's all the way up in Canada, and she got this $4,000 cash money sale right here using this system, okay? She said, I have it. I just owe Klarna. Could I still get this offer? What will be my deadline? So you got a few days to join. See if you can get the financing. Again, my man, because this works so well, I usually tell artists, I know people have apprehension about joining and making an investment into themselves, and I totally understand that, man, but this literally works so well. If you take action, come to the calls, many artists get this system set up in 30 days, all right? It just flat out works, okay? Some artists want to know, what if I'm just getting started? And so I actually think just getting started is kind of a cheat code, because you don't have any bad habits to unlearn, right? Man, some artists that's been in the game for so long, they used to doing things an old traditional way, that it's hard for them to like let go of some of that stuff and learn something new. But if you just getting started, man, we could teach you how to use this system from the ground up. And one of my favorite stories to articulate this is Tierra. So when she became an affluent artist, man, her sons, they were 2, 5, and 7 years old at the time. They were excited and really inspired by their mom selling art. And so they saw her and they're like, yo, mom, teach us how to sell art. And she walked them through the Affluent Artist Program, showed them how to take profit, teaching them about finance and creating a mission statement, buying supplies, setting goal, creating their art stories. And so these young fellas, man, they set a goal to make $250, but with the support of their family and friends, they made over $500. And man, I'm proud of them because this is my purpose work. And when I start seeing stuff like this, I'm like, hold up. Like, we can transform generations of people in their family with their artistic talent and ability. Man, I wish I had somebody really pour into me as an artist when I was 2, 5, or 7 years old. Like, just, it would have been crazy if you just think about the different path you could have been on versus, I know most of us, people were trying to discourage you from doing it, right? And some artists want to know, is the process too hard or technical? Listen, man, it's super simple. If Miss Valerie can do it when she was 68 years old, she sold over $10,000. You can do it as well, okay? When you join at affluentartist.com. So listen, artists, I know some artists, man, you might have a financial challenge right now. I want to encourage you, though, because you got to either get the resources or be resourceful, all right? And so Miss Stacy, when she joined, she was having some financial hardship, right? But she was like, man, I got to get into this program. And so she became resourceful. And when she joined, she was so excited. She said, yes, it works. I made my call to a friend that said she wanted these paintings when they're done. She said, I told her she could buy 1 for $250 or 3 for $6, and she took all 3. She was so excited that it worked because she was able to make her investment back easy with her first sale. And then again, artists who join this program, it's something powerful around being in a community of other winners and other artists that's selling art, because it naturally makes you raise your level. And so next thing I know, Miss Stacy go from financial hardship, trying to figure out how to join the program, to being invited to present at an opening to a brand new hotel in her hometown of Phoenix, Arizona. Like, it just blows my mind, man. Artists have this like starving artist mentality when they just don't know what they don't know. But then it's like when you get inside and you start seeing other people win, you're like, hold up, I can do that too. If they can do it, I can do it. And you start taking action, and success becomes your new habit, okay? And so I know some artists want to know, is there too much competition? So listen, absolutely not. Man, if you look around again, I'm an artist and a collector. I got so many different pieces of art from a lot of different artists. Man, if you know collectors, man, they buy what they like. It ain't about one artist. They buy from all kind of artists, okay? So there is more than enough abundance for all of us to win, all right, when you join at affluentartist.com. All right, what's the artwork commission? It's only 10%, all right? And more important than that, you get to keep all your collectors' data, all right? Having a direct one-to-one relationship with the collector, that's what's going to help you continue to sell art for years to come, all right? And so I know some galleries and dealers, they usually take 25 to 50% of your price, and they often don't give you the collector data because they don't want you to build a direct relationship with the collector. Why? Because you will cut them out of the commission, right? And so they get stingy with the data, man. But we give you your collector data because 1, is yours, but 2, we want you to continue to build a relationship and sell your art to that collector, okay? What budget do I need for ads? So listen, you can get started for as little as $10 per day, okay? You started for as little as $10 a day, all right? You can even get started for $5, but we've seen sometimes you got to spend enough for the algorithm to really get rolling, all right? So $10 a day is a great starting budget, man. $5 or $10 a day to make sure that the ad is running, and you can have literally collectors coming through, man, on autopilot. Like Miss Anitra, I know she started her ads with a $15 a day budget, and one of the days she got 34 new interested collector leads in one day, and she literally was spending $1 for a collector. Like, it blew my mind how fast, easy, and inexpensive it was to set this system up and start getting collectors, okay? And so listen, man, being a full-time artist absolutely beats working a 9 to 5, okay? So Mia, when she was able to go full-time, man, she was just so excited about getting these installments for these commissions from these collectors, okay? And so, man, she got a $2,000 sale right here. And then again, I told you about that community support. That's what creates the new success habits. Like when you out here on your own as an artist and you've been doing things the old way and it ain't working for you as well as you would like, you know, people telling you to post on social media post. You're doing these shows and events and you may or may not be selling a lot, right? Man, when you join a community of winners that's following a proven process, man, success becomes your new habit. It's really as simple as that, because when you're around people that's winning, that's sharing how they're selling art so you can win and make money too, man, everybody just rises to the top, okay? And so I know if you have been looking for information on how to sell your art, whether you've been on Google, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, reading books, right? Information alone is not enough. You need a system. You need a community. You need a step-by-step process to follow. You need a way to access collectors outside of your market or your friends and family circle, all right? And so if you're ready to get booked and busy like Toya with that soul hashtag, go to affluentartist.com and enroll right now, all right? And so artists, as we close out, ask your questions, okay? Ask any questions that you have in the chat. But you got to ask yourself, like, do you want money or excuses, all right? Because we can't have both, all right? We either got to do what we got to do to figure out how to invest in ourselves to get access to wisdom that's going to help us make money and sell our art, or we can lean on our same stories and excuses that we've been hanging on to as to reasons why we can't invest into ourselves, reasons why we can't advance or get access to what we need. Because when you go to affluentartist.com, literally you can finance with one of our financing partners, Affirm, Afterpay, and Klarna, and you literally can get started for less than $48, all right? Man, when we added the financing option, I knew it was going to be a game changer because we were going to give more artists access to this wisdom, all right? So you can enroll and become a member at affluentartist.com. And so artists, as we close out, again, ask your question in the chat, but I really want you to calculate the true cost of inaction, okay? Because procrastinating has a cost, all right? And so what if it helped you just start selling just one piece per week? I don't even know your price point, but if you could just start selling one piece per week, like, would that be worth $1.60 per day, right? Yes, of course it would be, okay? But then you got to calculate the true cost of inaction. What's the cost of procrastinating? What's the cost of not implementing this system this month? What's the cost of not implementing this system in June, July, August? Each one of those months where you stay in the same spot and you're not taking action and investing into yourself, there's a cost. The cost is lost money and lost sales, because you could have had collectors coming to you while you were spending that time spinning your wheels and thinking it through and kind of hanging on to your old stories, okay? And so you got to ask yourself, like, is it really worth missing months of art sales because you're trying to save $1.60 per day, okay? Because if you follow just one of the steps I shared on today's event, you can make a profit in the first week when you enroll at affluentartist.com, all right? Remember, if you need help ordering, you can text JOIN to 470-777-7549, all right? Some artists also ask their family and friends to invest into them, okay? And so you can get a family and friend to give you the investment, or maybe they'll help you with the financing, okay? It's a lot of creative ways that artists have used to get into the program, okay? And so Miss Valerie, she said, I finished this today, posted it 3 hours ago, and it was already sold, okay? So she finished the piece, posted it, and it was sold in 3 hours, okay? It's that simple. That happened in one single day, all right? And then Miss Kelly, she got a sale on her first week in the program for $450. That was the first 7 days. So this happens fast for artists that join and that follow the instructions to execute, okay? Also, PayPal has a great option to invest into you as well. So they got PayPal credit. You can go to paypal.com/credit to apply. And so they have no payments and no interest if you pay it in full in the first 6 months, all right? And so PayPal is a little different than Afterpay, Affirm, and Klarna. So PayPal, you can get your credit line today. You can use that credit line, and then you got 6 months to use the Affluent Artist Masterclass and set up your automated collector system, and you can start making profit, and then you can pay PayPal back, all right? And so the PayPal credit option, they don't have any initial payment. You got 6 months to pay it in full, okay? And then again, when you go to affluentartist.com, you can choose Affirm, Afterpay, or Klarna for the buy now, pay later. And I know a lot of artists use Klarna because they got that 24-month payment plan for only $47.96 per month, all right? So it's literally less than $48 per month to get started. Get your automated collector system set up. You can start getting collectors on autopilot using that financial layering to target those high-income collectors. that's spending millions of dollars with Sotheby's, with Art Basel, with Artsy. And that's just 3 art brands that we can target, okay? There's so many other ways that we can target collectors when you join at affluentartist.com, all right? And so artists, the time is now. There's still a lot of y'all here. If you got a question, type your question in the chat. I'll stay on as long as we have questions. And so, man, Raquel, I remember when she came to me, she was really upset, right? She was like, it's so often that I've been told that my prices are too high. And after so much time and money spent on coaching and marketing, trying to find my target audience, she said, I was still struggling to make the high ticket sales that I wanted. But she said, after connecting with Sherez and actively implementing the wisdom that I learned without negotiation or hesitation, this collector purchased this piece at my $1,200 asking price. She said, I am beyond grateful for the knowledge and the quick turnaround. All right. When you do business with us, things happen fast if you are an action taker. Okay. If you take action and you know how to follow directions, you can succeed. And again, we are so confident in our ability to help you get 10 or more new collectors every month. We give you a 110% money back guarantee. All right. So artists, let's accomplish your dreams together, man. Congratulations to the artists that joined. I'm excited to see you on the inside. And so listen, as a fellow artist, I know your struggle with selling art is real, right? But when that's gone from your life, like how will you feel? You still here? Talk to me. Let's go. Talk to me. All right. Let me know how you would feel. Like how much better will your life be when you selling art on autopilot because you got a system and a team of people holding your hand, making sure you get it done. All right. If you work in a job, like how much stress is working your job and never having enough money to do what you want to do, causing your mind and your body, right? I know a lot of artists, man, they working jobs and they barely getting by. But you got this God-given gift and talent, and you're supposed to be living in abundance right now, okay? And so after you join, man, that stress, the worry, the struggle, that's gone, all right? And I just want to know, can you feel that difference? All right? That transformation starts by going to the link below and joining at affluentartist.com, all right? If you need help ordering, text JOIN to 470-777-7549, all right? So let's walk through the checkout process. I'm going to show you exactly how to get started. Let me come out. All right. And I'm going to take you to the checkout page. All right. So when you go to affluentartist.com, it'll take you to our order form. It says, yes, Sherez, I'm in. All right. So you still got a few days to take advantage of this offer before this 94% off special price expires. Okay. And so when you sign up today, we're going to recap the offer. You get that Artwork Gold account, Affluent Artist Masterclass. All right, we also threw in another bonus, a sold out art challenge. You're going to get the luxury pricing method, the automated collector system, and the high income collectors, okay? And again, you're backed by our 110% money back guarantee. If it doesn't work for you for any odd reason, man, we'll give you a 10% tip just for trying it out, okay? And so when you go to the order form, just enter your name, your email, your phone number, your address, and you can choose the package that you want for you, okay? So if you want that 94% off special, choose the $9.99. And also, if you like to have a one-to-one VIP fast success call with our team, so you can get some personalized help just on your own, feel free to add that to your order as well. You just check that box right there, okay? And then you can check out with PayPal. All right, if you got a PayPal account, you can even use Venmo. You got the PayPal Pay Later. All right, so again, you can use PayPal credit. You can also use Link if you want to, but then you can also use your credit card. All right, so you can enter your 16-digit card number, enter the month and the year for the expiration, enter your 3-digit security code, enter your country, enter your zip code, and then click join now. All right, you'll be in the program. Again, if you want to use one of our finance partners, so for example, Klarna, if you want to use them, they have their lowest payment plan is 24 payments of only $47.96, man. It is a great, great deal to get started. A lot of artists use this so they can get started for less than $48 per month. It's very, very affordable. Man, listen, if you don't have the $48 right now, man, find a way or make a way, right? Don't let something that you might spend on dinner, going to the movies, getting drinks with your friends, man, a trip to the grocery store stop you from transforming your life by becoming an affluent artist, okay? And you can also use Affirm, Afterpay. They have some more flexible payment plans as well, all right? And so again, artists, get started now. If you got a question, type your question in the chat. I want to be here and answer as many questions as I can while we're here, all right? Man, we're here to serve you. There's still a lot of you here. So I know we got some questions. Let's get to it, all right? And so get started now, man. When you join today, you can become an affluent artist. All right, you're going to get access to the Affluent Artist Masterclass. That's our simple 5-step process. It's going to show you how to sell your art and access these high-income collectors, okay? And you also going to get access to the gold account, okay? You also become a member of the Affluent Artist community, so you can be surrounded by artists that's winning and that's successful, okay? And then you're going to get some powerful bonuses for artists that join today. So you're going to get that luxury pricing method so you can understand how to price your art, raise your prices, and charge your worth. Bonus number 2, you're going to get that automated collector system. So this is the system that we use to get collectors coming into your world 24/7. And it literally works 24/7 because your art ads are working for you around the clock. While you sleep, while you're on vacation, you hanging with your family and your friends, your art ads are showing on collectors' phone. They opting in, giving you their name, their email, their phone number, their home, or their business address because they coming to you about buying your art. This is the system that we use to sell our art anytime, anywhere, and it does not stop, okay? And then also when you join, you'll be able to find your collectors with me, all right? You'll be able to hop on with me live, and I'll walk you through how to set up your Facebook and Instagram ads and how to target those high-income collectors and literally how to set it up so you can't mess it up, all right? It's impossible, okay, to get it wrong, all right? And so that's a total value of over $10,600. But when you join today, we got a special 94% off for only $9.99 when you join at affluentartist.com, all right? Again, we got some very affordable payment options with our partnership with Afterpay, Affirm, and Klarna. And you can get started for as little as $47.96 per month, all right? That's less than $48 to enroll in the Affluent Artist Masterclass to get access to this system. Our team is going to hold your hand. You can ask questions anytime inside school. We also have our live weekly sales session call where you literally can hop on with me, my team, and we will hold your hand and walk you through anything that you need to make sure that you start selling art, okay? You literally can't mess this up. The only way it don't work is if you don't work the system, right? If you join and you don't do nothing and you think you're just going to start selling art by osmosis, it don't work like that, family, all right? You got to take action, but you literally cannot fail because we hold your hand. And again, we're so confident in this because we're doing this with so many different artists that you get 110% money back guarantee. All right. So one or two things are going to happen. You're going to join the program, set up the system, and you're going to start getting collectors from your ads 24/7. If for whatever reason you decide you don't want to get collectors 24/7, that'll be weird to me. But if you decide that, man, you can win 110% of your money back just for trying it out and joining our team. All right. And so go to affluentartist.com. You get the special 94% off for only $9.99, and we're excited to get you enrolled today, all right? For everybody that joined, make sure you check your email for your receipt, and you're going to get a receipt and a welcome email that'll give you access to the community. Once you get access to our Affluent Artist community on school, you'll get enrolled into the classroom, and that's where you will get your Affluent Artist Masterclass access and all of your bonus material, okay? All right? If you need help ordering, text JOIN to 470-777-7549. All right. Ariana said, I'll do my best to join the next couple of days. I will text that number. Let's get it, Ariana. We're ready to help you sell your art. All right. You here at the end. Man, I appreciate you coming to get this wisdom and being locked in and investing into yourself. All right. We ready. We ready to rock and roll. Let's get it. We waiting on y'all. All right. We still got a lot of artists. If you got a question, let me know in the chat. All right. If you got a question, let me know in the chat if you're ready to rock and roll, all right? Type yes in the chat. If you're ready to join, congratulations to the artist that's joining. Make sure you check your email for access to your receipt and access to your welcome email. If you don't see it, check your spam folder, okay? If for any reason the email gets sent or doesn't get sent or you don't see it, just text our team at 470-777-7549 and we'll help you, okay? We'll make sure you get what you need, all right? Sometimes emails kind of do whatever they want to do, but we'll make sure you get everything that you need, all right? We'll set it up for you manually and get you access if we need to, not a problem, okay? All right? But enroll at affluentartist.com. And again, man, still some of y'all on here. Listen, I'm here for you, man. I've been doing business for over 20 years. All I do literally is help artists sell their art all over the world, from Barbados to Canada to the United States. Like, if you want to sell some art, we can absolutely help you do it, all right? And again, we tapped in with the investment community. So BlackRock, which is the world's largest asset manager with over $10 trillion in asset, they brought me in to speak on investing in art. All right. And so we tapped in with rich collectors that look at your art as an investment. Okay. And so that's the access that you get when you become an affluent artist at affluentartist.com. All right. So artists, get started now. We still got a lot of y'all here. Talk to me, man. Ask a question in the chat. You here? Let's rock. Talk. What you want to know. How can I serve you? All right. And so when you join at affluentartist.com, you're going to get access to the Affluent Artist Masterclass. You get access to that Artwork Gold account. You're going to join and become a member of the Affluent Artist community. You get that luxury pricing method, the automated collector system, and you're going to be able to hop on with me to find your collectors, okay? That's a total value of over $10,600. But when you join today, you're going to get a special 94% off for only $9.99, all right? And again, man, I'm so excited to announce our partnership with Afterpay, Affirm, and Klarna. You can start today for only $47.96 if you use Klarna, man. It is crazy, crazy affordable. Man, if you're here and you're trying to figure out how to get the $50, man, listen, ask a family or friend, sell some of your art, use what you learned in this masterclass today. This game is free that I gave you. Use that art story. You literally can go to ChatGPT, tell it, say, hey, man, listen, pro tip, since y'all on at the end, I'm about to give y'all some real game, okay? I'm about to give y'all some real game. Shout out to Analog Detox, just joined, still here, making sure I don't miss anything. I'm glad you're still here. Congratulations, welcome to the family. So listen, I'm about to give y'all some real game. Check this out. You can go to ChatGPT. Man, let me just show y'all. Man, if you want to see me do this live, type show me in the chat. Somebody put show me in the chat. Listen, when you stay to the end, this is where you get the real sauce. Who want to see me do this live? Put show me in the chat. It's still a lot of y'all on here. I'm going to show you how you can use ChatGPT to create your art story for you. It's crazy, crazy easy. I need to see somebody say show me in the chat, though. If y'all want to see it, I'll show you since y'all still here. If you got a question, talk to me in the chat. Somebody got to say show me. I need somebody to say show me. Show me in the chat. Analog Detox. Let's get it. So I'm going to show you. That's all I need is one. Check this out. Let me show y'all something. I'm about to give y'all some real game. Check this out. Check this out. I did not mean to do this. I did not mean to do that. All right, check this out. Check this out. Check this out. So if I go to ChatGPT, all right, and let me show you like literally in real time how I would get ChatGPT AI to help me create an ad. All right. So check it out. So I'll tell it you are a world-class copywriter. Now I tell it it's a world-class copywriter because copywriting is the art of salesmanship in print. Okay. And so a copywriter knows how to write words that make millions of dollars. All right. And so I tell it that you are a world-class copywriter that easily sells products and services online for millions of dollars. All right. Boom. Please write an Instagram art story for this is one I worked on with Camille today, so I'm gonna just use her name. It just popped in my head. Ocean Bliss 18. Please write an Instagram art story for my fine art piece, Ocean Bliss 18. Ocean Bliss gives collectors the feeling of peace and serenity as they gaze at the water. In the art story ad with a call to action for collectors to buy the art. And then I always like to ask it if it understands. If you understand, reply, I understand, and create the ad. All right. And I'm gonna give y'all another pro tip. All right. I like to split test like the hooks, the first sentence of my story, okay? And so I'll also tell it, please create 10 scroll stopping hooks to start my ad. So I can split test which hook gets the most collectors' attention on social, excuse my little typos, y'all, social media. Boom, then hit enter. Just like that, all right? It said, I understand. It gave me my 10 hooks. And so I can test each one of these hooks with the piece, right? It said Ocean Bliss 18. There's something powerful about the ocean. The way the water moves without rushing, the way the waves remind you to slow down, the way peace feels possible when you finally stop and breathe. Ocean Bliss 18 was created for collectors who crave that feeling inside their space. Every detail in this piece was designed to bring calm, serenity, and emotional balance into the room it lives in. This isn't just artwork for your wall. It's a visual escape from noise, stress, and chaos. Imagine waking up every morning and seeing this peaceful energy in your home. Imagine your guests walking in and instantly feeling the atmosphere shift. Imagine owning a piece that gives you the same emotional release as standing beside the water itself. Some collectors buy art for decoration. Others buy art for how it makes them feel. Ocean Bliss 18 was made for the second type. Add peace, beauty, and serenity to your collection today. It's a DM Ocean or click the link in bio to collect Ocean Bliss 18 before it's gone, all right? Man, if you think that was fly, just put dope in the chat for me, all right? Put dope in the chat, all right? Put dope in the chat. You see how we got ChatGPT to create this art story for us. We just gave it a prompt. We told it that it was a copywriter that routinely sells millions of dollars worth of products and services online. So it understood how to write this art story persuasively. And then the AI did all the work, just like that. All right, we teach you this inside the Affluent Artist Program. I just gave y'all some free game because you on live. If you got a question, talk to me in the chat. If you think that was dope, put dope in the chat. It's easy, okay? So if you think you're not that good at writing, man, don't worry about it. We got you covered. We're going to show you how to really leverage this AI in a way that's going to help you sell more art. And it's like literally that easy. You don't even really have to write the copy anymore. You could tell it to write the story for you. You could tell it to write some hooks and some headlines that you can test. And you could literally piece the ad together to see what help you make the most money and sell the most art. Like, it's a really simple and fly process, man. I absolutely love helping artists do this because it's a game changer, especially when you start incorporating AI. Man, you can get it to give you a posting schedule. You can get it to give you stories and images to post every day. Like, if you don't know what you want to post, if you want to do that, it can give you all different type of ads to split test. Man, it's a very powerful tool. This is just like a scratching the surface of what I just showed you right now. All right. All right. Y'all got questions? Type your question in the chat. If you want to see something else, let me know. Talk to me. Y'all got to talk to me in the chat. Talk to me in the chat. All right. All right. Any other questions? Let me know. All right. Now we don't have no more questions. Now I'm going to get up out of here. All right. So let me come back and just recap the offer. You got a question? Type your question. All right. So again, enroll at affluentartist.com, man. Excited to have you in the program. Get started now. Okay. When you become a member at affluentartist.com, you'll get access to the Affluent Artist Masterclass. You're going to get access to your Artwork Gold account. You become a member of the Affluent Artist community. You're going to get that luxury pricing method so you can start charging your worth. You'll be able to get that automated collector system so we can set up your system to bring collectors to you 24/7. And you'll be able to find your collectors with me. All right. That's a total value of over $10,600. When you join today, you get a special 94% off for only $9.99 when you enroll at affluentartist.com. All right. And again, man, we got a partnership with Afterpay, Affirm, and Klarna. So you can get started for as little as $47.96 per month. All right. That is a crazy, crazy affordable price. It's a drop in the bucket to get access to this system to start selling art with us. All right. So go to affluentartist.com. We look forward to seeing you on the inside. I see some more artists joining. Please check your email for your receipt. All right. And check for your welcome email. If you don't see it, please check your spam folder. move that to your primary inbox, okay? Any event you don't get the email, let our team know. We'll get it sent to you manually, or they'll add you to the community so you can get access to everything in the classroom, all right? If you need help ordering, text JOIN to 470-777-7549, and our team will call you to get you enrolled over the phone if you need some help joining, all right? All right, so I don't see any other questions in the chat. I'm gonna get up out of here, man, and say peace and much love to everybody. All right, thank y'all for being here, man. I'm excited for everybody to join. Looking forward to serving you, man, and getting y'all enrolled into the program. Let's get it, man. Let's get this money, Affluent Artists. You still got a few days to get access to the offer. All right, when you go to affluentartist.com, you'll see that countdown timer. It expires in a little bit over 72 hours, where you can get access to this special 94% off. All right. If you don't get access to this, the price will go back to $5K when this special offer expires. All right. So again, we've shown you several artists selling art for over $5,000. Jasmine, Brescia, Isha, Jen. It's really routine and simple at this point. All right. And so again, it's absolutely worth that. I showed you how Isha sold a piece, that $10,000 5-panel commission. So it's definitely worth 10K. All right. And that's just one piece, right, from one collector. All right, so you get access to this system when you go to affluentartist.com. And again, man, we got relationships with Affirm, Afterpay, and Klarna. So you can get started for only $47.96 per month when you use that 24-month with Klarna. All right, so it's very affordable to get started, man. You can get started, set your system up, and start selling art. Again, a lot of artists start selling art in the first couple of days. Jen comes to mind. Brescia sold art in the first week. Some other artists, Sean, he sold art in the first week. All right. So there's so many artists that start making sales immediately. Miss Kelly sold art in the first week. All right. Kira sold art in the first week. My guy Kristen Jones made over $1,500 in the first 5 days. Okay. And so, man, it's just flat out works when you become an affluent artist and you got a system, mentorship, and community that's sharing what's worked, so we can all participate in the abundance of being visual artists. All right. And so I don't see any other questions. There's still a lot of y'all here. If you got a question, let me know in the chat. I want to answer any questions that you have. Talk to me if you got a question, and let me know how we can serve you. If we don't have any more questions, I'm gonna get up out of here. There's still a bunch of y'all here though. All right. All right. I'm gonna rock and roll then. All right, so I'm gonna do one last recap. Again, if you got a question, type it in the chat. But we're gonna rock and roll. All right, so get started now. Becoming an affluent artist at affluentartist.com. Join it. When you join today, you're gonna get access to the Affluent Artist Masterclass. You get access to the Artwork Gold account. You become a member of that Affluent Artist community, so you're surrounded by winners that will share what's working, so you can sell and win too. And you also gonna get some powerful bonuses. All right, you get that luxury pricing method, so you can charge your worth and start raising your prices. We show you exactly how to price your art. Bonus number 2, you're going to get access to the automated collector system. So you can get collectors coming to you 24/7. And then also you'll be able to find your collectors with me. So we can find those high income collectors so you can sell your art to collectors that's already spending millions on art with brands like Sotheby's, Art Basel, and Artsy, just to name a few. Okay. And so this system, the total value is $10,600, but we got a special 94% off for only $9.99 when you enroll today at affluentartist.com. All right. Again, we got a partnership with Afterpay, Affirm, and Klarna, so you can get started for only $47.96 per month. If you need help ordering, text JOIN to 470-777-7549. I don't see any questions. Man, y'all got to utilize this time to get what you need. I don't see any questions. So I'm gonna get up out of here. All right, man. Shout out to all the new affluent artists. Welcome to the family. Excited to have you in the program. Again, check your email for your receipt, and your welcome email is going to give you access to everything. Okay. Once you get inside of the Affluent Artist community, you can go to the classroom to access the Affluent Artist Masterclass and all of your bonuses. All right, man. Peace and much love to everybody. Congratulations to everybody that's joined. I'm gonna get up out of here. Go to affluentartist.com to get enrolled right now. If you need help ordering, text JOIN to 470-777-7549. Man, peace and much love to everybody. Y'all have a great evening. You still got a little bit over 72 hours to get enrolled, so get started now at affluentartist.com. All right. You can watch this replay as well. Make sure you're using this wisdom, man. Again, we gave you some secrets that's going to help you start selling art today, right? If you use that art story right now, and I just gave y'all some game on how to do that with ChatGPT because you stayed on at the end, you literally can start pre-selling your art today, right now, today. Or if you want to wait till tomorrow, you can do it tomorrow. But you can start pre-selling your art just by leveraging the power of your art story, okay? So go to affluentartist.com, get enrolled, man. We're excited to have you on the inside. Peace and much love. My name is Sharess. I'm out. I'll see y'all on the inside.